This video I'm making is for the beginning of the year, Smackdown Live. Ugh, I just don't feel it. Not the match, not the wrestling, not the show. It's just I'm not myself today. Look, anyone saw my previous video that was talking about Logan Paul? I said my feelings there. Other than those feelings, this hasn't been actually a very good New Year for me. My refrigerator died on New Year's Day, 7 in the morning. It stopped working. So I don't have a refrigerator, so that kind of made things much more stressful than it needed to be. So maybe that's the reason, one of the driving reasons why I did that video earlier today. But I didn't want to just make that video and not express my feelings on Smackdown Live. But this will be a pretty short video, if I can make it, because I'm not in the mood to do a lot. But was the show good? It was a hot mess. That's what it is. This is a hot mess of a show. Doesn't mean it's not bad going into Royal Rumble. Now, I did see some of Raw yesterday. It wasn't a bad show, and it was interesting going into Royal Rumble. But I will say that a more compelling storyline is here. What's going on with Shane and Daniel Bryan. I'll get to them in a minute. One thing I don't understand. Why is the Fashion Police wrestling? Why? It could be a couple of reasons. One, Tyler Breeze and Fandango asked to go back into the ring again. Which, if they did, and it's possibility they didn't, it's just that Road Dogg got sick of their gimmick and said, you two ain't doing nothing, let's just throw you back into wrestling again, was beyond stupid. If it was his decision or theirs. I just don't agree with it. They were overdoing the Fashion Files. If they were allowed to just keep doing it the way they wanted to do it, it would still be over. They were more entertaining than New Day, and that's saying a lot. New Day has always been very entertaining, and they are entertaining. But now, it's just a joke. What's going on with Connor and Victor just sucks. Now, the Riot Squad versus members of the former Welcome Committee. What was the point of the Riot Squad? As I said before, there's nothing there. It don't matter. No one cares. And if anyone does care, explain to me why you care about Ruby. When you look at the Riot Squad, all three of those women would probably be good and great if they're allowed to get over. And you trying to tell me, well, there's more women than them? Please. They could have done the Shield gimmick and just destroyed everyone. Even if there's just three of them, the Shield destroyed everybody. Even though they were just three of them. They could have done that with the Riot Squad. I just didn't feel it. Now, I will say that when they brought back my Naomi, oh yes, they did. And then they showed Becky Lynch. I was interested a little bit. Now, I'm not hoping for them to be a faction because there's already the Riot Squad and the Welcome Committee, and you got the Absolution. You got 3 women factions already. You don't need another one. You don't need 3 freaking factions when you barely have enough women on the freaking roster to make it work. One faction would have been enough for one show. But then you had to double it on another show. And then another faction wants to show themselves, a former faction, just didn't feel right. But I did enjoy seeing at least Naomi and Becky Lynch come back. Now, was the Ruby Riot's... Well, her promo was really good. I will say it was very good. I will also say that Charlotte's promo was okay. It wasn't to the caliber of a Ruby Riot. Charlotte just doesn't have it. She sounds like... You're going to compare Charlotte's promos to an actor, or male or female. They don't like to be called actresses anymore. They like to be called actors. You got pretty much William Shatner. I am going to destroy you. That is kind of what William Shatner did as a theatrical actor. That's what she's kind of pulling off here. Doesn't mean she's pulling it off well. It's just that that's her style. And I'm sure a lot of people like it. For me personally, no. I don't want to see a male William Shatner talking. I want to see Charlotte. Now, if she actually talks like that in real life, then so be it. You see how Randy Orton's monochrome voice is. Monotone voice, not monochrome. Monotone voice, that's the way he talks in real life. Now, if she does talk like that, so be it. but I just don't feel it with her all the time. Now, I will say that she did okay. Now, New Day versus Rusev Day. It was okay. Then you got Xavier Woods versus Aiden English, and what I said it before and I'll say it again. No matter how many times people scream Rusev Day, they're not screaming Rusev Day for Rusev. They're screaming Rusev Day because of Aiden English. Aiden English made Rusev popular again. And now people are going to say, well, that means it's Rusev. No, it's Aiden English. He just made it work. And when you hear Rusev saying Rusev Day, singing it, he sounded horrid. It actually brought it down for me. He could have just left it without screaming Rusev Day at the end. If he had just left it that way. The little talk before then about how Aiden English is going to get over was okay in the singing. But then when he started screaming Rusev Day, it just killed it. And now we're going to have something I'm hoping for. The Bella Twins pulled this off with the Divas title being, no, not the Bella Twins. Michelle McCool and Layla did this before, where they were co-Diva champions. I want to see the tri-US champions of Xavier Woods, of Becky Lynch, and of Kofi Kingston. Make them all champions of the United States. Give them all 3 titles and let each of them defend their title. I would love to see that. That would work for me personally. That's just me. Now, Mojo Rawley sounded okay. I'm not going to say much about... Baron Corbin just seemed like a joke, particularly that he took so long before he collected his thoughts. I'm done. I liked Baron Corbin, but after seeing that promo where he was just standing there, swaying back and forth, and not really seeming to understand how to be able to start his promo, or taking way too long, it turned me off. I'm done. I just can't care about him anymore until they actually write for him better. That's just me. The Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. What? What was that? It was a controversy. Normally they don't solve it with another ref from the back. And then the Usos win. Instead of leaving the controversy to marinate for a couple of weeks, going into Royal Rumble. I would have liked to see the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin at Royal Rumble, where neither team has the titles. That would have been interesting, saying that the Usos have a proper gripe, but Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, they got the pin because the ref gave it to them. So you know what? Neither team is going to have the title. They're going to have to fight to see who's going to get the title. That would have been something different, and I would have liked to see it, but the Usos win. What now? And if I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry. I'm just not myself. You have AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn with Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, and Kevin Owens at ringside. Open the show was okay. But in the end, we got a hot mess at the very end of that match. It was just a repeat of last week. And now AJ Styles is going to defend his title. Well, not defend his title, I'm sorry. He's going to actually have a match that is a handicap match at Royal Rumble that, well, Daniel Bryan set up. Now, I've said this before and I say it again. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are proper... It's kind of sad to see that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are a plot device. Particularly they're getting over pretty well. And then AJ Styles feels like a plot device where I don't believe he's getting over at all. To promote, we don't know how far this Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon feud is going to go. Will there be a real match in the ring? Will there be a proxy for Daniel Bryan? Will there not be a match at all and just Daniel Bryan is going to go to Raw or become a manager? Or maybe Shane McMahon will leave or go to Raw. I don't know. It just felt like a hot mess. Doesn't mean it's a bad hot mess. It just felt like a hot mess. But that's just my point of view. You guys have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.